Today is a fun show. I like fun shows. Almost sounds like a Chinese phrase there, doesn't it? Fun show. Feng shui, the positive part of the world where you do what's right, you do what you want to do most to help the community. But you need to enjoy your community. You need to be part of it. And these days, you gotta transfer. You gotta get there. How do you get there? You gotta be part of the community. Not everybody can get the car all the time. If I can get someplace fun and do it in a fun way, I'll get myself a golf car.
That's a good point. Golf carts are a hot commodity these days.
That's what I understand. And so welcome everybody. We got Cory Phillips. He's the general manager, the sales manager for sales manager for M&M Golf Cars. And when it gets down to, like I say, when you want to get somewhere, you want to have fun with it, you need to have a neat mobile way to get there. Golf cars have just kind of taken over. I see them all over the place now.
Yeah, that is true. They have, in the last several years, have just skyrocketed. Every community wants one, and every family wants one.
Tell me more about that.
Yeah, so M&M Golf, right here in O'Fallon, Missouri, we have 4 locations. We just sell golf carts not only to golf courses and rentals, but we also sell them to your local family in the neighborhood. They want to drive them around town, drive them down to the pool in the summertime. So here shortly, you're going to be seeing a lot of golf carts driving around. Why?
I know it's important. I know a lot of people love them. Tell me why.
Why? It's like you touched on it a little bit. It's definitely easy getting in the car, especially, I live in Lake St. Louis, so we have a couple community pools there, and it's just way easier just to hop in that, cruise down to your pool, have a little fun there, and then hop back in your golf cart and come back. So it's the convenience of it.
Okay, so I mean, if you really look around to the people that seem to be enjoying our little planet the most, right, they're always running around on a golf cart. I was a kid. I'll tell a little side story here. As a kid, my dad got me a go-kart.
Okay.
And that taught me a little bit how to drive a car, except the brake was on the left and the gas was on the right. But as a matter of getting around and learning a little bit about how kids have fun with these two. What's the age limit for some of that, by the way?
So it really depends on the town that you live in, but most places, you had to have your driver's license. But is that really enforced? As long as somebody's in there, an adult, I should say. I know where I live, there's tons of teenagers driving around. So
okay, but we're not advocating. We advocate you got to be 16 years old or older and have your driver's license.
Correct. You have to be. Yeah.
I got it. No, it's fun. And I was a kid, by the way. I'm old enough now to drive, but when I was a kid, I was driving a car, a go-kart when I was probably 12 or 13.
Okay.
It was fun. So these things could become part of the community. People really want to enjoy the way they get around. Tell me the path a little bit. Why did you decide to become sales manager at a golf cart?
That's an interesting question. Right out of high school, I joined the service. I was in the service for about 14 years. When I got out, I didn't really know what I was going to do. I think a lot of people that get out of the service had the dilemma. I walked into a sales job when I lived in Las Vegas, and I've just been in sales ever since. The reason why is I just love talking to people, helping people out, find out their needs and wants, and then try to deliver on that.
Well, it's key to what we talk about with our show here. We are a community-based show. We like to highlight the leaders in our community. I'm going to jump over real quickly to shout out. A lot of times we start off with our sponsors, but sometimes we bring that in halfway into the show or a little bit after. But as you might see behind me, everybody, on the TV wall behind us, Carroll House Furniture. If you like nice things, you've got to get nice furniture, and you get that from Carroll House Furniture here in St. Louis because you like nice things. Also, USA Mortgage, powered by the Flowers team. We got to give a shout out to Steve Flowers, Emily Flowers. They do a great job. I'm a licensed loan officer. I'm part of their team, and it's part of what is going on with this whole show because you need all the amenities for your house, including a golf cart. This is exactly. A lot of people would argue. You'd say there's a strong case for that because if you don't have a golf cart, then it's just a long walk for some of these neighborhoods that are exorbitant, huge. You got to walk miles, it seems like. There's part of my subdivision here where I live, and I don't even get across the other side unless I drive there, right?
Right. And
golf cart makes it a lot easier.
It is, with all the communities around town going up, and expanding the existing ones. A little bit more convenient, and you can take your whole family.
Get them all there on one little golf cart, or some fancy ones we're going to show everybody here too. We're going to jump into that video in just a second. I went out to see the M&M location. That's the O'Fallon location, is that
O'Fallon location, correct.
And wow, what a location. Some great looking mobiles you've got there.
Right.
And I picked out real quickly. We'll share that with you here in just a minute. But I want that one.
Right.
I was going to get it go. And I'm looking around here. They're even my neighborhood, which is kind of more subdivision-ish, not a golf course here.
Right.
I'm still seeing golf carts around here.
Yeah, and that's the crazy thing. You would think the families that live on a golf cart community would want them, but I mean, we deliver them all over the place. And it's just like the neighborhood that you just mentioned. It's maybe a pool, and that's pretty much it. But it's a new summer thing just to take the whole family. Because you can get a golf cart for 2 people, you can get a golf cart up to 8, and sometimes we have even other ones that we can kind of customize. There in Mexico, Missouri, we can customize them a little bit longer. Get a little limo kind of version of it. And just cruise around the neighborhood. It's a good summer activity nowadays.
Well, with that, I guess I will jump over to the website because I want to show people a little bit about what you're talking about.
Okay.
When you say golf carts that look like such, what do they look like? Well, here we are. You've got great inventory. You can see this is on the front page of your website, right? This is mmgolfcars.com.
Correct.
Right? And most people will recognize that as we put the title up there. You can see that. mmgolfcars.com. 636-379-8243. Serving the St. Louis area.
Correct.
For your location here.
For my location, yeah.
But you guys are across the state.
Correct. We have 5 locations. M&M Golf Cars been around for about 40 years. It started out there in Mexico, Missouri by Chris and Vivian Miller. And their sons have taken over the business. In the last 40 years, we have 5 locations, a few here in Missouri, up in Iowa, and into Kansas. So we serve a variety of customers, just your local neighborhoods, all the way up to sporting venues, and we also do rentals and service as well. So you can get a used golf cart, and you can come into the store and talk to us, and we can customize it to your liking. If you're a big Cardinals fan, we can make it a Cardinals golf cart.
There you go. Well, I'm going to share with that now a little bit. Let's show this video. We start talking about those big golf carts you've got. This is pretty cool. So we're just going to play the video a little bit of it. This thing's 10 minutes long. Corey has another meeting. I have another meeting, but we're going to keep this thing rolling until I get this whole video played. So we'll play the whole video here towards the end of the show. This show airs for an hour, but right now we're going to jump in to the clip. I jumped in. We're at about 8 minutes into our video here, and take a look. Tell me a little bit. They're not going to be able to hear this, so I want you to give them the lowdown on what you've got going on here on this video. And I got to click my play button. Where'd it go? It's right in the middle of this, isn't it?
Right in the middle.
All right, there we go. Tell me what everybody's looking at here.
Yeah, so this one right here is a Gorilla. It's a Denmark-based product. Club Card just bought them last year. And it's the first luxury leisure golf cart. And it's LSV, so it's a low-speed vehicle as well. So you can take it on the roads. Goes 25 miles an hour, fully electric, super nice. You'll see a lot of these probably on the coastline, just cruising, which would be an awesome. This one here is a brand new Crew from Club Car. Just came out this year. Fits comfortable with 6 people. Those 2 front chairs I'll get ready to show. You can actually slide them back and enjoy the picnic table back there. So take the family out on a little nice mobile picnic.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, the amenities and the way these things are designed now, they're alterable. If is that a big word for what I'm trying to say here? But you can alter the setup. There it has that chair where it leans the other way, and now it joins the party.
Exactly.
Back of the golf cart. Very cool. All right. Well, I want to share the rest of that video here towards the end. If you guys want to see the whole video, please do take the time because it is a fun setup that they've got here, and these are dynamite. And boy, when you get to where you've got such a cool device like this that you're running around with, man, you must be cool. So we'll switch over here to our TV screen here for everybody. But man, way to go, Corey. I mean, how cool is it to be able to offer this to the public? You're the guy that helps everybody get this.
It's really good. I enjoy what I do. M&M is a fun place to work. It's a family-run company. I've been there for several years now, and it's just been a blast. It's weird to see the inventory that we have now from the time I started. When I came in, it was right past the pandemic, so it was really hard to get your hands on product. But now it's walking through the showroom floor, and we just have tons of product to offer people. So it's pretty cool.
Well, that's great because by now we've kind of caught up with the way the world is getting back into the normal function of what we've got here, and people want to be more a part of the community. Maybe it did even influence a little bit more. Say, hey, we can be part of the community, but we stay here at home and do these kinds of things too. You see a lot more engagement now because of the fact that people do have a golf car to get them where they need to be within the short distance. You're not driving this across the country, but you can drive it to the other side of the neighborhood.
Right. And I have. What I do, it's like a lot of like word of mouth. You get a golf cart, you drive around your neighborhood, and your buddies that live in the neighborhood, they're like, "Ooh, what is that?" And then you kind of sell it to your own friends, and then those people come up, and I kind of close the deal and help them out and get them into their own personalized golf cart. So it's a neat experience.
Well, tell me a little bit about your background. How long have you been in the business? Give me one of your favorite hobbies. If you had to mention a hobby that you were definitely involved with as a kid, you think that's what we always ask that question. What hobby did you have that kind of led you to where you've got this interest in it? And I know it's a matter of service, right? Because you served in our military.
Correct.
You have to serve people with the opportunity to get involved and build the community, help the family with doing stuff together.
I mean, I was huge into sports. I didn't really play golf when I was growing up. I played baseball. And again, like I said, after high school, I went right into the service, and it's just something that my family did. My dad was in the service, and my uncle and grandparents and stuff like that were in the service. So, yeah. So as far as community, I mean, M&M golf carts, huge fans of getting out there in the community. I know we recently did something for the veterans out there in Mexico, Missouri. We kind of hold some stuff like that. So. Slowly and surely, we're getting back into the community. We kind of put that on pause since the pandemic.
Well, that's good, man. I tell you, when it comes down to it, that's at the core of what I just got off the phone with another sponsor of our show here recently, and the truth is, we started talking about how do you impact the community? How do you help the community stick together? How do you create that bond and help kids understand it's not just some quick flash, click, Facebook, text, email. We got to get people together and be more of the communing part of it, where you get to know people and you get to establish that relationship that a lot of people have with each other that they don't have other ways.
Right.
And so golf carts, for me, is a matter of helping that all to happen, because when you're across, I mean, they talked about this. I had another interesting discussion. I throw my little tidbit in here periodically. Back in the day, when you traveled from like St. Louis downtown to St. Louis County, what it is now, it would take 2 to 3 days. You had to do that by horseback.
Right.
And so all the people lived together in very small areas and you'd walk everywhere. Well, it's not the way it is anymore. So how do you get to know those people? And the golf cart thing, it seems like it's really helped merge that.
I'm glad you touched on that. Last month, we went down to Club Car headquarters out there in Augusta, Georgia. We were coming back from the plant, and school season was still, in effect, and people getting out of school, and all you could see on the side of the road is just probably 20 to 30 golf carts just sitting there waiting for their kids to get out of school, and that's how they were getting picked up. So it's crazy to see that now taking your kids to school and picking them up is in a golf cart.
Well, yeah, so I say these have become more and more commonplace. And the key to this then is you want to find a place that you can know and trust with some established leaders. So when you got a guy who's been in the military, he's been trained about how to properly handle things and manage things. How many years?
I did over 10. I did close to 14.
14
total.
years in the United States military. Thank you. Army, right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you for your service. Thanks for helping keep this all going for us and keep this part of the world safe and what we do here. But it's an incredible opportunity. And so that's where we want to always focus on the businesses that are geared towards that. And when we met you guys, we started talking about, hey, we'd love to have you on our show. I wanted to not just talk about golf carts. I want to talk about what golf carts really help to do to make the community a little bit tighter, closer piece of what we're doing to engage more with each other. How long have you been in this particular industry with regard to sales? I know we went back a little bit.
Sales, I've been into sales since about 2013, 2014. So long time, I would say. I started out in the cell phone industry and working there at T-Mobile, and then when I moved back to the state, back to Missouri, I got on with M&M Golf. Okay.
Well, again, it's a matter of people talk about salespeople are the ones that are the lifeblood of the community, because nothing happens until a sale is made. They say. And that's because you've got to help this commerce thing happen, and that provides jobs. It provides all the people that do the manufacturing, who do the assembly, do the maintenance, and then housing and all that stuff. Everything that is necessary for business. So give it up to our sales guys, because they're the ones willing out to. And every one of us is a sales guy, whether you realize it or not. You're selling yourself to whatever it is. So they keep
every day.
And we like to have the good, honest, straightforward guys who give us the information like you've presented with me, and we went and saw your place and what you're doing. And is that part of why you love working for M&M?
I do. Like again, I keep touching on the point of family ran business. We go above and beyond. Every sales guy that works for M&M Golf, there's two other guys that work here in O'Fallon. Russ, he handles all of our golf courses, and then Dave, he handles all of our commercial side. But we also kind of help each other out as well. But the biggest thing that I like to tell customers, and I'm pretty sure I can speak for everybody at M&M Golf, is just because the sale's done and closed, you still have our information. Reach out to me. We'll make things right. We'll come out to you and make things right as well, because we also do service calls to the house. So we go above and beyond, I believe.
Well, that's the key to the success, and you guys have been around for a long time, and and expanded to multiple locations.
Correct.
Obviously, you're doing some things right, or else you wouldn't be in that kind of position. I do want to talk a little bit about the specials you guys have on are always changing and always coming around. Financing something that people want to be interested, because a golf cart is not something you get for $50. You can
not
rent
anymore.
one.
Not
but
anymore.
Financing, special promotions you have financing wise that people can come in and talk about.
Yeah, so I mean, you can see your own personal bank that where you go, or we have Sheffield Financial and DLL Financial. So both of those companies we use a lot to kind of help customers get into their golf cart.
Cool. And again, another thing to make it affordable, because these things they become a neat novelty piece for the family, not even novelty anymore, more commonplace, so that you can commune better. And that's what we always want to emphasize with what we talk about here. Well, let's take a look here. You do have a lot of good reviews. I was impressed. Any company that's been in business these days, there will be some reviews out there for them. And so these big national companies get hundreds and thousands of reviews.
Right.
Smaller businesses, you look and see, do they have a ton of reviews? Are they legitimate? Yes, very much so. And so you can see what part of what we've got available here that is on the Google reviews. You see from M&M Golf Cars LLC right here, 4.7, pretty good. 40 reviews, meaning, hey, we didn't flood this with a bunch of reviews and we don't know where they came from. These are honest, straight up reviews from real people, and you're still averaging that high number at 4.7. Talk a little bit about this if you got.
I think it's just that we tell the customers, we set the right expectations with them. Just like I said before, is just because the deal is over and the product is sold, we're still gonna come and we're still gonna make things right. If you have any issues whatsoever. Perfect example, we had a customer that I sold a golf cart to a few weeks ago. Last week, it just wasn't working. Brought it back to the shop, and he had it back within a couple of days. And it was just a battery thing, but I went out there and picked it up for him. So I think doing stuff like that and just making the customer feel that they're valued is going to give you those 4.7 stars.
Well, yeah. With that, I'm going to read one here. I get to pick the reviews that I want to review, and you got a 4.7 average. It's going to be hard to pick anything that isn't good. But here's a 5.0. I worked with Cory and O'Fallon and purchased what do you call that? An HT.
It's going to be a Hunt V.
Hunt V electric S by X. What's that stand for?
Probably 4x4, I guess, is what he was supposed to.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, love it. Cory was great to work with. It made the process very easy. He delivers the 4x4 to my farm earlier than expected. Highly recommend M&M, the Hunt V. There it is, Cory. Yes. Hey, thanks. Keep good work. I'm going to give one more here to everybody here. Let's just pick I'm going to go a little further down. Here we go. Very professional, friendly, knowledgeable. Would definitely do business here again. That was 2 months ago from Josh Bailey, another. And these are people who don't necessarily review a lot of stuff, but they decided to take the time here. Josh has only done 3 reviews in his life, but he wanted to make that point for you guys. But yeah, so good evidence that you guys do know what you're doing and you do the hard work. And while I've got that screen up here, I want to show a little bit of your Facebook page. So you can see here, very professional looking little promotional stuff you got there. That's good. That means you're on the ball.
Yes.
And I was scrolling through here earlier. Boy, lots of fun videos, and look at some dynamite looking pictures. So you can see what you're getting here too. So here is that promo here. Look at that. That's a good looking golf cart, and feel like maybe I could take on the whole terrain there if I.
Right.
So tell me about that particular.
So this is the Carryall 500, and it's powered by the lithium ion. So maintenance free. Back in the old days, you had the flood lead acid. We still had those in some of our golf carts, but you don't have to worry about filling them with water. These vehicles make a great vehicle for maintenance crews, either on the golf course or apartment complexes. And that's in kind of another version that just has a box on the back. And that's our showroom there in Mexico, Missouri. So they get all the good stuff. Just Kidding. But yeah, this is
I
the
saw you had a
showroom.
pretty good selection at your location too.
Yeah, so we have a great selection. Most of these cars here are all just used golf carts that we've repurposed and made new again.
So if you want to save some money, get yourself a used one.
Yeah, that's a
Electrical device doesn't break down near as much as the mechanical combustion engines, right?
Right. I mean, golf carts are, especially club car, since they are made on aluminum frame bodies, they last forever. We still get those customers that have golf carts that are 20, 30 years old and they're going strong. It's just how you maintain them and you bring them to us and we'll make them go as long as we can. So
Very cool. There's that monster machine again. This is another picture of a different one, I guess. But is that cool one? It's got multiple.
correct. So that is the Crew. That's the white body version of it. It's a great car. I got to test drive it when I went to Augusta, Georgia, earlier last month. It's a great vehicle. I sold one down to Cuba, Missouri, last month as well. So that family is going to get a lot of use and enjoyable moments out of it for sure.
Yeah, I mean that's the one that's like the granddaddy when you get on.
Right.
So check out the Facebook page out there, M&M Golf Cars. This is the St. Louis, Missouri site we got here, but I mean they literally have everything that you could ever dream of with regard to all the information, all the pictures, so I can get a good grasp of what I'm looking at. And then videos I saw you have out there too. So
yeah, we like to put a lot of stuff on there. A lot of the sales guys, when we do sell stuff, we've been trying to get in the habit of when we deliver it, we take some photos of it there, its new home, and we'll put them up there so you guys can see that as well.
Okay, well let's talk a little bit more about this as we get a little more in depth into the nitty gritty. What would you say if there was any one thing that really separates you guys from the other golf vendors out there? What do you feel like you guys do better than the rest?
I think quality is number one. Like I said, Club Car is the only golf cart that's out on the market that is built out of an aircraft aluminum frame body, so it'll never rust. So that's going to help prolong that golf cart for the 20, 30 years. Coming to M&M Golf, again, family-run business, so we treat everybody like family, and we're going to always be there for you when you need help.
Well, that's a key to it actually also as well, because when you have quality, then the product sells itself, and that's what people want. They know that they will spend the money to get what they need, but if it's going to last for a long time, you break it down. And we talk about, I've mentioned this to just about every show.
People say Club Car is kind of like the Cadillac of golf carts. So
there you go.
Top of the line.
You just cheap gets very expensive.
Correct.
You will replace a golf cart every 2 or 3 years because you save a few bucks.
Right. So some customers they're kind of shocked. I got customers call and sometimes I need a golf cart for $1,000. It's those days are long gone. It's tough to find people that understand that the market of golf carts have just skyrocketed.
Sure. Well, if you want to make sure you're going to get the best price and the best quality, then go to the people you know and trust, have been in business for such a long time that can do that. Tell me a time when you felt like you really helped a client when they were in a tough situation, so that you feel like, oh wow, these guys got taken, or there's something they didn't realize.
Right.
Can you give me an example, something like that?
Yeah. So last week I was out on delivered a golf cart. One of my customers, I always tell my customers, hey, save my information. You have my number and stuff. And he shot me a message on Friday saying, hey, my golf cart, it's not working. I went and picked it up on Friday, brought it back to the shop. We were closed on the weekend. Took care of it on Monday and got it back to him on Monday. And again, it was just a simple battery, but he was absolutely overjoyed that we got that golf cart back in time. And he wasn't even expecting us to pick it up that day. But I was like, I'm already out. I can do this, make things right for him. So he was happy.
Well, that's the key to the success and the longevity of any business. And that's what we want to emphasize that. So we bring on the people. We've done the research. We've seen the reviews. We knew that you guys were established, and we want to share some of the success that you've had so that other people can learn from that too. That's kind of the impetus behind this show. Tell me a mistake, though, that often is made by consumers when they say, I'm ready to get a golf cart, and they come to you and you go, well, let me explain to you how that works. Can you give me an example of something like that?
I think them not doing maybe enough research that, when they come in and they want this, and this, and I kind of tell them like, we could definitely do that for you. But this is what the price is. They're taken back. They're not, I guess, accustomed to golf carts being that much. Or they get misinformation from family members that maybe have bought a golf cart 4 or 5 years ago when they're $1,000 cheaper. But with the product that Club Car produces and the M&M sells, it's quality over anything. And we just make sure that we provide the best quality product out there. And, it's going to kind of cost a little bit more than they're probably used to.
Yeah, well, and as long as people are prepared for that, and I think that's why you're telling them right here,
Right.
guys, be wary. You must know these aren't
Right.
the cheap little runabout things that are going to break down and last a year and a half or
Right.
2 years. These are something you're purchasing for the longevity because it's going to last 20 to 30 years.
Correct.
And now you'll have a nice little way to get around the community, saving yourself a lot of hassle, getting to meet a lot more people, be a
Right.
part of a lot more activities.
Right.
Because a good quality machine that's going to get you there.
And it's a good resale value too. I mean, golf carts probably have one of the best resale values.
Okay.
You can go on Facebook and see, you can go on there and find the exact same one that I have, and they're going to be exact same price. And the only difference is you get from us, you're going to get the best customer service that goes along with it, plus the warranty.
Well, all good stuff that, like I said, we just like to try to emphasize. That's why we reached out to you guys and said, hey, we think you are a great example for our community. We want to have you on the show to talk about that a little bit. Tell me a time, or I'm sorry, at least the path that when somebody says, I'm ready to get a golf cart.
Right.
This is what I want to do. How does the process get started?
Very, very quick and easy. If they want to go new, Club Car has made it simplified it on their website. There's a configuration tool on there. They either come into the office, or if it's they got to go home and talk to their significant other. They just go on there and they kind of build the car that they want, and it tells them exactly what that's going to cost them. And then I get it in my email, and then we go from there. If it's something used, depending if they want gas or electric, and it's the same thing. If they want to customize it, we can customize it to their liking. We've done a lot of Mizzou Tiger cars. We've done some Anheuser-Busch cars. I mean, we can do pretty much anything that your mind wants us to do.
So it's all very customizable with regard to they've got a number of features. And I guess it's kind of like the way you buy cars sometimes these
Right.
days. Traditionally, when it was a car purchase, you just said, what do you have on the lot? And
Right.
I'm limited to the 5 or 6 things, different color. If you say, I want this particular style, this particular model from this manufacturer. In your case, you're saying they can really customize that a lot more.
If they want to go used, absolutely. If they stick to the new, like the brand new onwards, they're kind of limited on the colors and the seats and stuff like that. But if they pick a used car off the showroom floor or on the side that we have that's used and ready for sale, we could paint it whatever color. We could put some rims on there. We could update the seats.
Okay, so I want to be more clear with everybody
Yeah.
on that too. There is a configuration tool for a new one they can go out and kind of pre-assemble, but it's limited for some certain features. But there are definitely some more options is what I'm trying to say than if you were to walk on a lot and
Correct.
you got 2 colors,
Right.
3 different cars, both 2 of them are black, one of them's gray, and that's your options. You
Correct.
have the option to say, here's all of what you can do with the new one that
Yep.
we'll customize for you, and even more than that, which I didn't realize is much more elastic. Is that the word to use?
Yeah.
For used cars, is that you will customize that car that's used for them and paint
Right.
it and remodel it. Versus, you're not going to get somebody to do that at a car dealership.
And you're not. And the good thing about if we do the used, if I've sold tons of used cars, and what we do is we strip them all the way down and we replace anything and everything that needs to be repaired or fixed, and we replace it. And then we paint it whatever color you want. As long as it's the automotive paint code, we'll paint it. I had a customer a couple years ago wanted Ferrari red. Went online, got the Ferrari red paint code, and we painted Ferrari red. So whatever your heart desires, we can do.
Well, that's really cool. And as you're saying that, I'm thinking, wow, so these aren't really used, they're refurbished.
Correct.
And like I just bought and I didn't realize this until it showed up, but we've got our little switcher thing right here. But this was a refurbished switcher, and I guess that's what explained why it was $20 cheaper.
Right.
But it was remanufactured to match the original factory specs. Right. Now, I'm not saying that's necessarily what they're going to get with you, but it's not just something where you go, it's used, good luck.
Right.
Here's what we hope this thing runs while you get it off our lot, and then it's all yours. Right. You're going in there saying, hey, here's some definite things that need to be replaced. Here's some definite parts that need to be modeled or remanufactured, and then you put them in and make sure that they run right.
Yes, absolutely. All of our mechanics, when they come on board, they have the knowledge of being a mechanic. We send them all down to Mexico, Missouri, and they get trained by, we have a few mechanics that have been with M&M for almost as long as M&M has been around. So they get trained and do everything the way M&M wants everything to be done. So when I get the sheet back from the mechanics, I was like, I didn't know we was going to do this. And it's like, hey, it needed to be repaired. Cool, that's all I needed to know. So that way, it eliminates us taking product to the customers and then having to go back and fix it. We're just going to fix it right now and move it on. So
great information there, everybody. So if you happen to get into our show right now and you're watching us live on ABC, we go generally another 15, 30, sometimes an hour and a half, depends how long we want to talk. But I want to continue to go through this. So if you just get toward the end of the show, you're seeing on ABC, or maybe we just ended the show and you're watching this elsewhere with some other clip, watch the full interview. The full interview is available on our website, yourlittlecastle.com, but we also give a copy to all of our guests. And so, hey, take a look at the full interview that Cory's going to have they're going to have on their social media, their website, hopefully, because we've got a 14-step document that says, here's all of what you should do if you want to effectively use this. Because we're a marketing company at our core trying to help promote businesses. And we say, just please if you're going to do this interview with us, we love you for coming on the show, but make sure you use it the right way and put it all out there so that people can really learn about you. And so, Cory, you're giving such valuable information to people that help them make a decision, because what's the average price range for a cart?
Used car nowadays, you're probably around $9,000. If you're getting brand new, minimum 13 and a half all the way up. The Crew, you're going to be well north of 30,000. That Gorilla, you're going to be in that ballpark too. So on average, about 9 for a used. New, on average, you're probably going to be 16.
Okay. Well, I mean, it means these things are something that do cost a little bit to get involved with, but again, longevity, quality, if you break that down. As I'm thinking, most people will say, well, compared to a car, well, you don't keep a car for 15 years.
Right.
You don't keep a car for 20 years. So divide that by 5 or 3 or whatever. Then you get to more of a fair ratio, and you're really only talking.
And the resale value on a golf cart's way better than a car nowadays. So
yeah, that's kind of what we're talking about. And it's shifting a little bit with the Tesla and their 100% electric car. But it still doesn't matter if the cars break down a lot. There's so many moving mechanical green, unfriendly parts, as they say. But when you're getting a golf cart, this is something that lasts a long time. So I would help people to keep the ratio. I'm a money guy. I'm a numbers guy, and a numbers guy more than anything. But what's the cost ratio, and what's your ROI? What does this thing really cost you? But when you're going, if it lasts for 15 years, let me break this down for you. If it lasts for 15 years and you spent $15,000, that's $1,000 a year. That's $83 a month.
Right.
I don't know anywhere you can get a car payment for $83 a month. No. Now, this isn't your car, but this is something that's going to serve you in many cases more often or better than your car, because
I think it's going to bring the biggest thing golf cart does is bring families together, neighbors together, because in the summertime, they're going to be outside. And I think our generation, where we were always outside, now the new generation's always inside. I think this is a great thing for customers and families to buy one and just be out there enjoying the outdoors.
Now, I'm not suggesting that they have an $83 a month payment plan for 15 years, but the value, it's essentially the same. You're paying a little bit more than up front, obviously, with the financing available. But when you break it down in terms of, why would I spend that much money? Well, because you're using it for 15, maybe 20, 25 years. Wow, then you really got the value. And this is why people who do numbers like that, when you just look at the price tag, you're going to go, oh, but break it down for the actual value that you're going to have over the lifetime of the use of the vehicle. Great point you make there, because I didn't realize these things do last so long.
They do. And we have repeat customers that keep their cars 4 or 5 years and sell it back to us, or they sell it themselves and get into a new one. So I think it's great for everybody. I think everybody should have a golf cart.
Well, and I agree with you, because they are so much fun. You get to learn a little bit how to drive and maintain and keep just the community tied together. And it brings a lot more for what you do to engage in what we're doing on our little planet. What do you get the most satisfaction from, and maybe relative to what you were just saying there? What's the most satisfaction? What brings you that?
I just love helping customers. Having a customer come into the shop and just kind of tell me, hey, we've been wanting a golf cart forever. We see everybody else have them. We want one now. And kind of walk them through the process of new use and the different options and the accessories and everything that you can make it their own. And just to see their smile when I deliver the car, that's all I need.
Well, yeah, it makes for a happy family, a happy life. And just really cool to have somebody that has gotten into something. I always had a particular interest in golf carts. I was just like, where do these things come from? I see them on the golf course, and now I see them all over the community.
Right.
And wow, now you're seeing where they really people will show up. A good friend of mine, he puts in his trailer in the back of his car and takes it down to the Mardi Gras, takes it down to the St. Patty's Day parade. does all that fun stuff, and then you get to go cart around and instead of having to walk everywhere.
Right,
you're
and,
getting
that's
carted around.
another side of the M&M's business is all these different events around town. The Mardi Gras, the St. Patrick's Day Parade. A lot of those events we provide rental vehicles for, so customers that go out there can actually rent those. So if you want to test it out, you don't want to spend $9,000 or $16,000 on a brand new 101 for yourself. Check us out by renting one for a weekend. See how you like it and see how the experience is, and then if you want one, go that route.
I did not realize that there was the option to rent.
Yes.
So is that on a weekend basis or a daily basis?
You could do daily basis, weekly basis. Our rental season is getting ready to get picked up in full swing. So it's going to be hard, but Sally Miller is the wife of Mark Miller. She handles all of our rentals. She's based out of Mexico, Missouri, but you can always give me a call saying, hey, for 4th of July, we'd like to rent one. Call now because we might not have them by then.
Hard from the perspective they're going to be hard to get some of these.
Correct, and a lot of customers that have houses out in Innsbruck or Incline Village, they go out there for the summers. They call us, say, hey, we want to rent one for the weekend, and we're going out there just to cruise around those big campsites. So it's definitely a huge part of M&M's business is our rental fleet as well.
Well, another key element that you guys bring to the table that makes it a little easier, at least learn the experience. Take one out and see what it's like.
Correct.
And then they say, all right, we tried this thing. It didn't cost us much. We really want one now because we had the great benefit of all. Because you also get to pack these things up. You've got coolers and all kinds of ways you can stack things and transport stuff and have everything you need. And you carry extra people or however you want to do it.
Yeah. Right? Not bad at all.
Pretty exciting and fun stuff. All right. Well, tell me when somebody's looking at this, say, I'm ready to do this except this thing that's bothering me. What's one objection a lot of people have?
The biggest objection is the cost. It's just they're not expecting it to be the amount that it is. But I kind of let them know, it's like I completely understand $9,000 on a golf cart is kind of crazy, but that's the way the market is. But you're not just getting a golf cart; you're getting the M&M family to go with it. So what we bring to the table as a customer service standpoint is top notch. We always have our phones on. We always answer our phones. We're always gonna let you know how we're gonna fix it and where we're gonna fix it if we have to.
Yeah, I think as a matter of what we were kind of talking about before is also understand what you're really buying here. This is not a 3 to 5 year. My car is just up for lease, so I've got Acura calling me now. Say, hey, you ready to do it? And I'm going to lock into another, let's just say $500 a month deal.
Right.
And then it's going to be 3 or 4 years from now, and I have to get another one. And I start off with another. But golf carts are really kind of a different game than that. It's something that people keep for 5, 10, 15. What's the average life expectancy of a golf cart? Or with the ownership, I should say. Not the life expectancy is always going to be in that 15 to 20 year range, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I have a 98 6-passenger golf cart, and it's a 98. And it's still going like a champ just because I take it to M&M and they service it and they make everything that needs to be right. But yeah, the average span on a golf cart, I mean, it just depends on how well you maintain it. If you follow, what we kind of lay out there is this is when for gas cars, this is when you need to get them serviced. Allow us to come out there and get them or do the service at the house. They'll go forever.
Well, that's dynamite to see somebody in a company that takes so much time to care. All right, everybody, with that, Cory's got to get off to another meeting. We've got another meeting coming up as well, but we're going to finish up with this 10-minute video. This is 10 minutes where we spent at his location out there in O'Fallon, the M&M O'Fallon location.
Correct.
Right across from, what high school was that?
St. Dominic High School.
St. Dominic High School. And with that, we'll finish up here our show. So this thing will end up being close to 50 minutes total, but we want you to watch the entire show because this gives you lots of information about where you should go, who you can trust, and the important decision you have when you want to get something like this and where to get it from. The best choice you can make to do that.
Yeah.
All right.
We look forward to everybody blowing our phones up for sure.
Yeah. Well, call these guys. You can see their information, everyone. M&M Golf Cars, serving the St. Louis metro area, 636-379-8243, mmgolfcars.com. Get a hold of my buddy, Cory. There he is. Thank you, Cory.
I appreciate it.
All right, man. Good work. We'll talk to you guys some more. And I'm going to go ahead and put that video up here for everybody to see.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Get it up, everybody. We'll talk to you more. Stay tuned. Here comes that clip for you guys. All right, everybody. Today we're looking at a golf cart. We're getting one of these mini golf cars. Check it out. Oh, my goodness. Holy manoli. Look at these. I could be having a party as I drive all around the neighborhood, the downtown, the uptown, everything. Let's check it out. M&M Golf Cars. See if my buddy Corey's in here. Here we are. Corey, how you doing, brother?
Good, sir. How you doing?
Good to see you, man. Hey, show me around this place. If I need to get a golf cart, this is where I was told I need to go.
You're in a great location. We're an exclusive club car dealer here in O'Fallon. M&M's been around for 40 years. We have 5 locations. This is one of our primary showrooms. We have some onwards, we have some used cars. Back in the corner, we have a Gorilla. This nice car back here is a Denmark luxury golf cart.
That's sporty. I like the color.
It's a really good color. Great for the coastline.
Yeah, especially you be out on the beach, whatever. Got it there. Now, how fast do some of these things go?
So club car, 20 miles an hour. The Gorilla will go up to about 25.
Okay.
But it has to be topped out at 20 for club car.
Okay, so they put like a throttle on there to make sure you can't.
They
go
do. This is going to be an LSV, so the low-speed vehicles can go 25, but everything else has to go 20.
Okay, no, that makes them safe and fun.
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, tell me a little bit about some of the models you got here. I like this blue. This is kind of my color.
Nice blue onward, Georgia from Club Car. It's lifted. It's high performance, flood lead acid batteries. There's 6 of them in there. Great new model that Club Car has came out with.
Pretty slick looking, man. I love these things. You know, a lot of fun. They help create great recreation. The family can get along together. And is there a driving limit? Depends where you live, or how do they?
It depends on where you live. Most cities around town, it's the hot thing now. So they even make parking spots for them now, like the grocery stores and stuff like that. So really no limit. They're not made for the main streets out here, but neighborhood, you'll see them in the summertime all day.
Nice. All right. Well, show me a little bit more around here.
Yeah,
Corey is the sales manager up here.
Correct. So this area used to be our parts room, but now we've converted it to another showroom. Also, we displayed some of our accessories that Club Car has given us to put on the cars, from wheels to dash kits to steering wheels. So you can kind of customize these cars to your liking.
These are impressive. It looks like you have everything you could ever dream of when it comes to getting. And I know some of my buddies got these things, man. They get them all decked out. Here's some of your dashes and steering wheels. Light kits for underneath, light kits for the roof. I mean, you could pretty much customize this car. The new cars, they kind of have some limitations on it, but the used cars like this one, I mean, we can paint it whatever color you want to paint it. We can deck out the rims however you want it. We've done a lot of Mizzou Tiger cars, so you'll see cars down there at the stadium all decked out. That's from Club Car, or from M&M, I should say. You got some Cardinal red ones I could get if I need one.
We can definitely hook you up.
All right. So we got our parts department.
Parts department.
Is that Perry?
Perry is over here. He's our parts manager.
Hey, Perry.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Yes, sir.
So he handles all the parts for the O'Fallon location. She's not here right now, but Caroline is our service person. She takes care of all the technicians and any customers that come in with a car that has issues. We hook them up and take care of them.
Everybody's allowed a 3-minute break, right?
Everybody pushing it, maybe 2.
2 minutes.
A
All right.
2-minute
Got
break.
you. All right.
You know, Army guys here, we don't know breaks. So,
I got you. All right.
if you want to come around here, we can.
Get to see what goes on behind the scenes here.
Behind the scenes.
This is like being an automotive.
Right.
You got everything, man. Batteries and parts and.
Correct. So instead of just sales, we take care of all the customers, either from consumer customers to business customers. We handle St. Louis Zoo, Anheuser-Busch, all the big names out there we kind of take care of as far as their fleet cars go. And then we got about 6 lifts out here for the mechanics to kind of work on the cars. Right now it's their 2-minute break. So
there you
won't see any mechanics right now.
No, we saw them a few minutes ago, and I came here to walk through. I'm wondering though, where do I get my flux capacitor installed? Would that be happen? That would happen.
That'd be here.
Right here, the flux
That'd be
capacitor, everybody, so we can time travel.
Right.
Awesome. Yeah, you guys really have it together. You have an entire showroom, an entire service department, and man, it's really cool. Why do you love working here? What's the excitement here, man?
I love working here. It's a family-run company. The Miller family has been in the golf cart industry for over 40 years. Club Car started in about 1958. M&M came around about 1978. So we've pretty much been around just as long as Club Car has. And we're one of the premier Club Car dealers here in town. We won't sell anything else. We're diehard Club Car fans here. And again, family-run business. Those are hard to find nowadays. So we take care of our customers like their family.
Tell me a little bit about the brand. I mean, there's, I guess, different manufacturers. The Club Car is the one you prefer. You guys are exclusive.
So Club Car has been around since 1958. The only one that has beaten us by time in the market is Easy Go. They've been around since the 50s, I think 1956. But Club Car is the only club car and only golf cart on the market that's aluminum frame. So great state of Missouri. We have all the weather. You'll never see one of these cars rust.
Gotcha.
We have tons of fleet cars and a lot of golf courses around town. They leave their golf carts out in all the elements. No rust. So that's a good thing about Club Car.
High quality, great looking machines here, man. I tell you, what's the most usage? I understand a lot of people, this is designed for golf originally, but now it looks like these people are using these more recreational around the house, cruise the neighborhood.
Exactly. I've been in the market or in the business for a few years now, and it's crazy to think that golf carts have been such a hot demand and hot commodity nowadays. I have personally really haven't sold to a lot of golfers. It's been family members, families wanting to come in, cruise around the neighborhood, take them up to the pool, and just have a good time around the neighborhood in the summertime. That's what we pretty much have a lot of our sales in. So it's a great summer activity to do to get out of the house.
Yeah, if somebody who says, "Man, I need to get the kids stuff, the pool stuff, whatever I need," you can just load it up here in your golf cart and save yourself all that strain. Stress causes a lot of problems.
It does, and the good thing about that is if you and your wife or you and your husband want to go down to the pool, take some beverages, these new golf carts, the back seats, leave the kids at home, fold up, put your some chairs back here, and have a good old time. If you're hurting on stores for cooler, you can put a cooler right back here, put some ice in there, more storage, and beverage holder if you want to say.
Nice, all decked out. All right, I got to take a look. I was walking out the outside super machines you got. Tell me about.
Yeah, so the one over here is a 6-passenger Gorilla. Again, they've been around since 2005. Club Car just bought them last year, acquired them. Still based out of Augusta, Georgia. These are actually a low-speed vehicle, so these will go 25, fully electric, high luxury golf cart.
All right, and then the big machine over here, this got my attention.
Yes, this is the brand new Crew that Club Car has produced. Just came out this year. This is also a low-speed vehicle. This will go about 25 miles an hour, 30 horsepower. Has a picnic table in the back. You can turn it around. Good thing about this is you get to a spot with your family, driver. You pull down this lever, a little latch here. Seat goes back. Now you're
lounging with the rest of the party.
Now you can join the party just like that. Again, these just came out this year. M&M Golf has sold a few of them so far. Not to toot my own horn, first guy to sell one for M&M. So.
Well, Cory, I know you're the sales manager. You know your stuff, and you've got a lot of happy clients that have made their life complete by getting one of these dynamite golf carts.
Yes.
This is beautiful. Finally, we got this guy kind of a little more rugged. This is for out in the terrain a little bit.
Yeah, so this is kind of like a crossover. This is actually out of Arkansas. It's the Neighborhood NV. So you can use it for golf. There's a golf bag attachment that you can put on there, but it's also a little rough UTV. Fully electric. They have 3 models. 2 of their models is lithium powered. This one here is actually foot lead acid, just like some of the golf carts you have inside. This will also go about 20 miles an hour, but this all is just touch screen powered. Turn signals, it tells you how fast you're going. Great vehicle, sold a few of these. Yeah.
Well, location too. Check us out, everybody. We're right out here in O'Fallon, Missouri. Is this Bryan Road?
Bryan Road, we're off Highway 70 and Bryan Road next to St. Dominic High School at Rock and Jump.
Well, I saw the awesome baseball field right across the street there.
Yes.
And lots of fun in this area. Great location, easy to find, everybody. So take a minute, come out and check out. Say hi to my buddy Corey right here at M&M Golf Car. Very cool, buddy. All right, we'll be back for more. Giddy up. Thanks, everybody. Giddy up.